Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back for another round of questioning constructs, where we hopefully intend to question the constructs that kind of make up our world here. I am John, and this is.
Rebecca, why did you turn so like I am John?
I don't
This
know. I'm
is
feeling I'm
Rebecca.
feeling robotic today. I'm kind of
Okay.
I'm like I'm not necessarily going through the motions, but it's I'm tired, to be honest.
Okay.
You can probably attest to the fact that I've been working a lot recently, so I'm
Yeah.
definitely physically tired, not necessarily mentally tired, but physically tired.
Yeah.
So, but I'm here and trying to make it happen. So, um, you got a topic for us today.
Yeah. I do. And we appreciate your dedication. Okay, so I have fun story time, and then I have a light topic, and we'll just see where this takes us. So, did I ever tell you about the most unique and fun question I was ever asked in an interview?
No, tell me about it.
Okay. This was a lot earlier in my job search, way before AI, way before um like auto readers for resumes, but this one company, I think it was an accounting firm. I was in an interview with one of the top people. And so, he's asking me the typical questions like tell me about yourself, like what's your job history, a little bit about the role. And then I get the the craziest question. He goes, "So tell me, what's your spirit animal?" Just point blank. And I was like, "Oh, my spirit animal?" I was waiting. I was like, "Is this a joke?" But I also at the same time I was like, "Oh, this is exciting. This is a question I like." And so he goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay, he seems serious, so I'm going to give him a serious answer." And so before I tell you what my answer was and like what he said and continue the story, I thought it would be fun for us to say what we think the other person's spirit animal is. And maybe let's just take it a little further. Let's do mammal and then aquatic creature. And then I was going to chat
This
GBT
is
it.
a bad idea.
Oh no. I think it's
I
going to be
have
really fun.
no I have no earthly clue. And
You just gotta like I have to remind you of some sort of animal. So like we'll do animal. Do you want to do animals or ocean creatures first?
we're doing both.
We're doing both.
That is it's up to you. I will try and figure out a good answer here.
All right.
Go
Well,
ahead.
mammals, animals, I'm sure you have more choices. So we'll start with that. I honestly kind of already have one for you, but I feel like it's cheating because we used to use it as a nickname for you, but or it was a
Um
nickname.
I don't know what I would choose for you. Hold on. I have to give this some thought. Hmm. A mammal. Hmm.
I'll
I
do
don't.
because I feel like was a lot easier. I'll think about one for you too.
Let's see. Um.
Actually, I got one for you. I got one.
Um.
Do we want to
Uh.
start with your nickname or what the obvious one for you would be, and then
It's so funny because if you ask different people, the obvious one is actually different answers. So I
what?
know I know what you're
Really?
gonna say, right?
Yeah.
That one's easy. Um,
What
but
what other
that's
ones
not
did they
actually the
say?
one that I would choose for myself or what other people would choose for me.
So I thought it
Mainly
would
like
be
family.
okay. I thought it would be fun to see also like, okay, well this is what I think your animal would be, but we can also say what animal you most resonate with. I think the one you assumed that I was gonna say is bear.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Um, I'm
What
still
are other
trying to
people?
figure out like an animal for you. I don't know. The, there's not like a specific. I'm trying to think if I could like link behavior to like a certain type of animal group. Like I don't really know that I can. Um, I'm gonna say you're a jellyfish. That's what I'm gonna say.
Wait. We're doing animals first. Okay, we could do aquatics, and then we could just go.
Oh, you know what? That's right. We said mammals. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Hold on.
Um,
Okay, so bear uh conveys powerful and layered symbolism, re- reflects traits like strength, courage, protection, and deep introspection. I honestly that does align. So core traits would be strong and grounded. You likely exude inner strength, resilience, and the ability to endure life's challenges. Yeah.
I'm a
Protective and
Taurus as
nurturing.
well.
Right. Protective and nurturing, 100%. Like a mother bear, they may fiercely protect those they love, offering safety and care. Uh, Independent, comfortable in solitude. They might not need constant connection to feel secure and complete. Wise and introspective. Bears hibernate, symbolizing an inner reflection and the ability to pause, heal, and grow. Courageous, but not reckless. They act when needed, but with great force if provoked, but usually prefer peace. There's a lot more, but I think we could just stop there. But if you pick this for the person, it suggests you see them as a protector or guardian, a person of great depth and presence, someone who holds space for others quietly but powerfully, a person who walks through life with courage and purpose, even when the path is hard. I honestly think that just really resonates.
I have no idea whether mine is gonna resonate or not, but I'm
So,
gonna go with hummingbird.
oh, okay, I like it. Okay, what if a hummingbird? Okay. And then I'll tell you because I think a bear was kind of cheating because even before you had the nickname, that's what I would have said for an animal. I
You
did pick
know
another
the
one.
other one too. I'm sure, like, if you
Do
were to
I?
like think about it for like half a second, you would know that one too.
Uh,
Trust, I'm gonna say it and you're gonna be like, oh.
I would say like a red panda, koala bear. It's all like bear stuff. Fox?
Mm-mm.
I don't know if I know this. Trick question.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Penguin.
Oh my gosh!
I
Dang
told
it!
you. I told you.
Oh no! Oh my god! You know, the whales took over. So John and I
Mm,
have, I don't know how it started. I think it was just an inside joke about whales and whale tails and just the tail of the whale, and then it just became this thing. We have whale tattoos.
we
Um,
indeed do.
we do, and so I think the whales over usurped the penguin. And oh my god, how could I forget? It's been so long.
My whale's a Steven Universe whale because Steven Universe is the ish. But
Yeah, mine's
um,
just a normal whale. Okay, a hummingbird. If you pick a hummingbird as someone's spirit animal, it speaks to beauty, lightness, and joy, but also quiet resilience and spiritual depth beneath the surface. I'd say that's, yeah. Lighthearted and joyful, this person brings levity and joy wherever they go, their energy uplifts. Vibrant and magnetic, like a hummingbird drawn to flowers, they're likely attracted to beauty, love, and meaning. Yep. Quick moving and adaptable. Done a lot of movement this year. They might shift directions easily in life. I don't know about that. I make quick pivots, but it takes me a while to, I don't know, mentally catch up. They respond quickly to energy changes and move with grace through situations. Playful yet purposeful. Their charm is not frivolous. They're driven by what nourishes the soul. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I kind of feel like I got very lucky here
Yeah.
because
I
it's pretty spot on. Even in
know.
the places where you feel like when you mentioned pivoting and you feel like you mentally have to catch up, sure, that may be true, but it never stops you from pivoting.
That's
Like you're
so
always moving.
I know.
I
I
don't think
know.
I don't think I've like. I mean, in the last year, how many different countries have you visited alone? Yeah, no, you're constantly moving. Yeah,
So many. Curious and observant. Oh yeah, small but mighty. They notice details others might miss and find wonder in the small things.
there
Yes.
you go. I got lucky.
If you pick this for them, that says you see them as a spark of light in a heavy world. You know, goes with the fairy. Someone with an uncommon energy, full of color and motion, a soul that delivers joy, even if they carry pain too. A quiet warrior, small, fast, hard to catch, but capable of incredible things. I like it. I like it.
Pretty on point.
The other one I thought of for you. I'll look that one up too. Hold on. Let me get this into ChatGPT. Why does it not like this word? Do I just not know to? Oh, okay. It's just me and spelling. So the one that I was gonna pick for you is a kangaroo, just because I thought of the kangaroo just sitting, like, it's chilling, it's sitting there, and all of a sudden it's like, don't mess with me. I'll mess you up.
I definitely can be like that at times.
But like
100%.
in the right moments, at like the right things, like still protective. But it just was funny, like putting like your voice to it, like, oh, I could just really see you, like, and then that warning kick, like, don't mess with me. So, okay, so kangaroo, it symbolizes forward momentum, strength blended with gentleness, and the ability to carry both oneself and others through life's terrain. Honestly, yeah, yeah. Progressive and forward moving. Kangaroos, oh, I guess this makes sense, but I've never thought about it. Kangaroos can't walk backwards.
That's
This
pretty good.
person this person likely doesn't dwell in the past. They learn, adapt, and keep going. Yeah, like,
I don't. I don't know. I don't know,
listen.
but like that third party view may be different from first party view. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's the same thing as the hummingbird, where you're like, but does it stop you? You're always like, at the end of the reflection, you're like, whatever, I'm just gonna move forward now. Gotta keep going, and
Tomorrow is always gonna come.
yeah. Protective and nurturing. They may hold a strong instinct to protect their loved ones, 100%, especially those in vulnerable stages, symbolized by the pouch. Strong and grounded, with powerful legs and a balanced tail, they may have a presence that's rooted, unshakable, and reliable. Yeah, I would definitely say that too. Resourceful and enduring, even in tough or dry landscapes, they keep going, often with grace. And then, if you pick this for them, it means you see them as a resilient, future-focused soul, always moving with purpose, someone who protects, nurtures, and carries others, even when they're carrying a lot themselves. 100% that's you. Like, all the time. A person who might not realize their own strength, but keeps leaping forward no matter the terrain.
No
See,
choice. Got to.
you don't even recognize your own strength. You're breaking walls. I just thought of the Kool-Aid Man for a second. So, all right. So that's the animal. I can tell you. Do you want to do the ocean one, or do you want to hear the rest of the story, and then we can do
Well, I
the
already picked my ocean one. I said
jellyfish?
jellyfish for you. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll do it. What did I? Oh, I know what I picked for you. Um.
Wait,
Okay.
before that, what did you pick for yourself for your regular
Animal.
animal?
Oh, so that one, I feel like you could guess that one for me. I don't think that's ever really changed.
Oh, I don't know on this.
You don't?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, so it kind of goes with the rest of the story. Do you want to hear the story or go
Sure.
into, okay. So he asked, so the guy going back to my job interview, he's like, yeah, what's your spirit animal? And I like go into this question because I'm like, this is awesome. No one's asked me a creative question like this before. Like, I'm really just gonna let my personality out. And I go, oh, well, it would definitely be a jaguar. That would be the animal I pick. And he goes, a jaguar. He goes, why? And
Yeah, I
it like,
never would have picked that for you. It
yeah,
never.
right. And
Yeah.
alarm bells like start going off in my head. I'm like, oh no, like the vocal tone changed. it almost like I somewhat felt like he was like looking at this chart of like, if person says these animals, great team player. If this person says these animals, don't hire. And so now I'm like second guessing myself, but I was like, whatever, I'm gonna full commit. And so I'm like, oh yeah, like I've always loved jaguars. I just think they have the most beautiful eyes. There's so much depth and expression there. And, they just walk with so much grace and like dignity and just have just this quiet power to them. I think I said something along like those lines. And he didn't really say anything after that. And I'm like, what's your animal? Immediately he's like, oh, I forget what he said. He's like, well, the other person heading up our team, she's Mama Bear, and I'm such and such, and like she's, protective over the group, and then I'm like very studious and helpful, and I'm like, okay. And I almost wanted to ask, like, so did I pass? Like, is that animal welcome into the group?
Did you get that job?
No. And like shortly after, like the call ended, and I hope that person recognizes me and my voice or something, and remembers that moment and reaches out and was like, yeah, it was the animal, or like, no, it wasn't the animal, just we had better animals to pick.
We had better animals to choose. Jaguar wasn't on the list.
But it just sticks with me. It's still one of like my favorite interview questions, but it just kind of became an awkward moment too, because I'm like, where are we going with this? And
You never know. It could be that jaguars hunt whoever they thought had a
right,
spirit animal in the office, and maybe they hunt those.
right, yeah. Or maybe I just didn't pick up that I was supposed to be a team player. I just got so excited, and my ADHD took over for a second. Oh,
I definitely
okay.
get that.
Oh man. Let's see. What is the? All right, so jellyfish for me for an ocean animal. Oh, this is interesting. All right. If someone picks a jellyfish as the spirit animal, it's a profoundly intuitive, mystical, and energetically sensitive choice. Jellyfish may seem soft and simple on the surface, but they hold ancient wisdom, deep flow, and quiet power. That's really spot on. Intuitive and emotionally attuned. Jellyfish move with the currents, not against them. This person likely flows with emotional and spiritual energy rather than fighting. I mean, I do my fair share of fighting, but there is, yeah. I will go back to, all right, I give up, I surrender. I give up. Sensitive yet strong. They may be energetically or emotionally sensitive. Yes. But don't mistake that for weakness. Their strength is in their surrender, not control. We're working on that. Oh, here we go. A conventional and ethereal. They might carry a dream, otherworldly quality, like they're not fully of this world. Yeah. Yeah. For those that don't know, John's other nickname for me is the fairy, so I think it. Hold on, quick side note. Do you remember the day that you gave me that nickname?
I do not. I remember making something for you that
Yes.
was like
I still have it.
but
I
like
have
that
multiple ones.
I don't think I don't think that was a that was when it might
No.
have been that conversation that I had in California with you, that one like super. No, I don't remember.
Okay,
Could
so
it
I'm
have
gonna
been
tell.
on a retreat?
No, I'm gonna tell you
Okay.
a fun story time, and this is why I will always remember that was the day, because there was another thing that happened that day. Okay, so John and I have known each other for a long time. I met John in middle school. Somewhere in high school, I think it was 8th or 9th grade. Let's just preface by saying that. Pretty sure it was 9th grade though. Back in the day, there would be a lot of street football, and we somehow managed to corral like a ton of kids into playing with us. And so there was this one day where we had like 4 or 5 different friend groups meeting up at a park to play two touch football at a park. And my brothers were there, you were there. We had at least like 6 other mutual friends that we knew. Somebody brought a semi-pro football player or knew of a guy, and he came and joined our game. But before the other moment happened, we were taking a break, or because we were out there for like 3 to 4 hours. We were taking a break, and I just start running down the field and like waving my hands, and I'm like, ah, look. And then you're like, you look like a fairy. And I don't know why you said blue, but you're like, you're like a blue fairy. Maybe I was wearing blue that day. I was like, I am a fairy. Don't forget it or something. And you're like, all right. And so ever
That's
since,
so crazy. I don't remember this at. Okay,
yeah.
but to be fair, I have a large chunks of my time as a youngin missing. All right,
So
there's large swaths of my memory that are just kind of gone for me. So, but that's actually really interesting. I didn't know it came from there.
so it came from there because, and the reason why I remember that moment is because of another moment that will forever live in my brain. So this semi-pro football player, mind you, this guy is like 3 to 4 times all of our body weights, or like just pick like compared to like just one of us because we're all still like middle school, high school. And then he's a big guy, like tall, I mean. And I will never forget. So my youngest brother, there's a 5-year difference. So we must have had to be in high school because he was in middle school. He was playing with us. My brother's good. And so he wasn't afraid to like get the ball or try and get the ball from a semi-pro player. Well, it just so happened that someone threw my brother the ball. This semi-pro guy, I will never forget the sound. And I watched the
He
whole
mowed
thing.
him.
Do you
Yeah,
remember?
I
He like
that
dove for
vaguely I
he dove
remember.
for my
Yeah.
brother and happened to land on my brother, and the crack that you could hear across
Yeah,
the field,
I do remember that.
everyone was like, "Oh," like we knew.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh,
he mowed him down.
he
Like,
did.
yeah, I do remember that. Which
Yeah.
is funny because like in hindsight, he was probably just playing around, like using like half his strength. Like, but there's
Guy
so
was in
much
the
of a
game
difference
though.
there.
The
Yeah.
guy was in the game. And I just remember like all of us, like my brother's on the ground and we're like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" I thought we'd have to take my brother to the hospital. Like it was it was pretty tense there for a minute. There wasn't really a lot of football after that. So and actually I wonder if that's why my brother potentially has back problems now, but I like but that's why I remember that day because that moment I was having so much fun. I was just so in my joy, flittering down the field, and John's like, "You look like a fairy," and then that moment happened on that day, forever seared in my mind.
Man, that is forever ago. And
I
I want to
know.
say I don't even know that it was a park we were at as much as
It
it
was
was
Urbana Park.
there was
We were using the soccer field.
Urbana Park.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to.
Right
Oh,
by the elementary school.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
No boys.
Right by the elementary school,
Yeah.
where there was like there
And the
were
fire
there were
station.
basketball courts right above it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was like a
Yeah.
little hill where they would
Yeah.
let kids out. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember that. Yeah. I used to kind of weird tangent, but I used to work for Parks and Recreation back in the day, and
That's
so
right.
I was an assistant coordinator, and that was my second job ever was with Urbana Parks and Rec, and that elementary school was primarily where I worked out of, and that was like my
Oh,
second job ever. Yeah,
I remember you having that job. I don't remember that you worked at the elementary school that often,
yeah.
but yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that used to
right.
be the
Because
thing. I used to have parents walk up to me randomly in the street, and it would be the weirdest thing because parents would pull up like in the middle of the street to say hi to me. And it's a very awkward thing because I as a kid was used to being in trouble all the time. And so it was very strange, but people really seemed to like me up there. It was definitely something.
Well, I remember you did a lot with youth development too, and early
Yeah.
education, and you had a
I
gift
was
for it. You're really good
super
at it.
focused on being a teacher at that kind of point. I didn't really have the drive settled in yet, and I was very much lost as an individual. But it felt like the path that my family kind of always set out for me was to be a teacher. So child development, um, working with Parks and Rec, and doing all those coaching classes I did, and man, I have a lot of fond memories of that for sure. It was definitely cool doing the summer camps there. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I didn't know your family pushed you in that direction. I thought that was just somewhere you want to go. That's really interesting.
Yeah, they very much thought that I had a gift for like being able to work with kids and
Mhm.
kind of explain things. So there was like um there's nothing subtle about my family. So so it was kind of one of the few things that I showed that not only I was good at, but like I enjoyed it. So there was a heavy kind of directional
Emphasis.
lean
Mm.
on that. Anytime I would bring it up, it'd be like a good point of conversation.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, in comparison to any others. But yeah,
Interesting. What a trip down memory lane.
weird,
That's,
weird stuff.
I mean, that's why I picked this because I'm like, there's gonna be something that comes up. But those are good memories though.
Mm.
Remember that. I think one of the only other memories I have with John, because the area that John lived in, um, we were able to get rides over there when the library was built. But Halloween, where my brothers and I went out with you.
Leading everybody through the streets of
Yeah,
Urbana. That was a time. Yeah.
I think it was one of the only Halloweens that I actually dressed up. But I will never forget your costume because I just thought it was so funny and so creative. But I'll let you tell that one if you want.
Um, there wasn't anything too crazy about it. It was I was a serial killer. So I
That
got
was
a,
so
a
good.
cereal box. I think it was like one of those family size
Captain Crunch.
pops. Oh, Captain Crunch. Okay. And I had like a plastic axe that I put through the box with like
Hmm.
blood or all around it, and I had that like taped to my chest. But yeah, that was a cool Halloween walking through, because Urbana was definitely one of those places where like there were houses that were giving full size candy bars, and
Hmm.
like as a kid that was a dream. And we
Hmm.
were we were kind of at that weird space in our lives where we're kind of like too old to be trick or treating in a sense, but uh, we both have siblings that
Yeah.
we had to take trick or treating, and
Yeah.
so a lot of it was that just taking them, and yeah, it was cool. It was good stuff.
And then our one friend lived over there and she had a movie theater in her basement. And so I remember all of us, I don't know, she was just like, yeah, let's go to my house and watch a movie. And so another couple of hours at that. And I don't even know how we got home, but somehow made it home.
Somehow we made it home.
Oh, man. It was
Yeah,
good
those
though.
were definitely it was definitely an interesting time in life for sure.
Hmm.
For sure.
A simpler time. Um, all right, so the rest of the jellyfish. Invisible power. Like the jellyfish sting, they have boundaries and defenses that aren't always visible but are very real. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Uh, if they pick this animal, it likely means they feel deeply, move softly, and trust in unseen forces. Don't rely on external power. Their strength is energetic, emotional, and spiritual. Protect their peace in subtle but serious ways. May be underestimated, but carry a power that stings if you don't respect their energy. I feel like that's a life theme right there, not just a spirit animal.
I got lucky. I got lucky with that pick.
Yeah, both. Both were really good. The hummingbird and the jellyfish. I'm gonna remember that. No more. Not getting another tattoo though. Actually, funny enough, I do have a tattoo of a bird. So,
Oh, do you really? What bird?
mhm. So I really wanted it to be a barn swallow, but I don't
I
like how that.
That's so crazy. I freaking knew it was gonna be a swallow
Really,
too. I was
but it's not.
literally
But it's
Oh,
not
okay.
because I don't like how it translates into a tattoo. I Barn swallows are just so beautiful, and you can just watch them, and they're just they're little speed bullets. But I think it's I had it modeled off of a sparrow instead because I
Oh,
liked how a
okay.
sparrow looks in a tattoo, but I really wanted the swallow, but I was like, I don't like how it looks though.
Mm,
So
interesting.
yeah.
Interesting. A sparrow.
Aquatic for you, I was gonna say a turtle.
Hmm. I mean, I
Because
could see it.
yeah, because I feel like turtles, like a sea turtle, they're really intelligent. Um, slow and steady, but it's almost like they're methodical about it. Everything's already pre-thought out. Um, they just seem very like confident and, are able to go the distance. So let's see. What about a sea turtle? I do
It's a,
have a favorite ocean animal too.
I think if I were to choose an animal for myself, I think I know what I would choose, but go ahead.
Okay.
Let me hear.
All right. So turtle. Turtle speaks volumes about their depth, wisdom, emotional steadiness, and enduring spirit. The sea turtle is a sacred symbol across many cultures. It carries the earth, moves with grace through vast oceans, and reminds us that slow, intentional movement often wins the race. Also, I didn't think about this, but you and I have been talking about for the last couple of months, like the 1%, doing a few things for yourself every day. So I think that also fits in with this theme. Wise and ancient, this person likely carries deep emotional or soul wisdom, often seeming older than their age or calm in chaos. Peaceful but determined, they move steadily through life, never in a rush, but always arriving. There's a strength in their stillness. Emotionally grounded, sea turtles navigate oceans without getting swept up in storms. This symbolizes emotional regulation and grace under pressure. Self sufficient and resilient, they often go their own way, navigating long journeys on instinct and internal compass. Honestly, I've seen you do that so often in your life where you're like, I'm gonna just do the thing. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, what made you? I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna do it. I feel a certain way about it. Protective and nurturing, while often solitary, they carry a gentle presence that can feel safe, warm, and stabilizing to others. Yeah. And then, so someone picks this for you. You have a peaceful power, quiet but unshakable, move through life with grace, purpose, and patience, are likely deeply spiritual, connected, and protective of their space, have a healing presence, just being around them can feel calming, safe, and wise.
I mean, it sounds on point.
Mm-hmm. I think similar themes too, like very like protective, nurturing, methodical, strong, for having strength.
I think if I were to choose for myself, I choose an octopus. It'd be
Oh
an
my god, how did I
octopus.
know?
Yeah.
All right, let me look that up and see. What about an octopus? You know what? That did come to my mind, but I was like, and then I thought of a turtle, and I was like, oh, actually, I can kind of see that. If someone chooses an octopus, it reveals a person who is highly intelligent, emotionally complex, deeply adaptable, and possibly even mysterious or shape shifting in how they move through life. Octopus is a master of survival, creation, and depth, often misunderstood but powerful. So, highly intelligent and strategic, this person likely sees through situations quickly, analyzes deeply, and can solve problems in unconventional ways. Yeah, we've had many conversations where I'm like, listen to me for 5 minutes and then let's analyze. And you're like,
Mm.
okay, here's how I see this. It's just so, you do it so quickly. Creative and multi-talented, like the octopus using multiple arms at once, they may be juggling many passions, identities, or roles, often with artistry and ease.
Dang.
Yeah. Emotionally fluid and intuitive, sensitive to energy shifts, they adapt to emotional currents like water, sensing before others do.
Dang.
Flexible and elusive, they can change form, blend in, and remove themselves from what doesn't serve them.
Dang.
They don't like to be boxed in or fully seen unless
Dang.
they fuse it. That's you. um, if you pick this, it means you are deeply unique, a rare soul with layers most people never get to see.
I'm an
Hold on.
onion. I'm an ogre.
You're an
Hell yeah.
onion. Holds a mystical mix of logic and emotion. Oh my
Oh,
god.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They feel deeply and think sharply. Are probably more resilient than anyone knows, surviving things quietly than creating something beautiful from the wreckage. Yeah, 100%. Can't be defined. And should it be? I do have, so the ocean animal I would pick for myself. I don't know if you would actually say this for me, but I would pick a stingray.
Interesting.
I mean, have you ever seen them? They're just so fun in the water.
I've pet
Okay,
them.
let's see. Someone chooses a stingray. It speaks of emotional mastery, quiet strength, and graceful boundaries, and a powerful ability to move with life's undercurrents rather than against them. Stingray is sleek, intuitive, and powerful without needing to prove it, a symbol of someone who knows when to respond and when to simply glide. Graceful and emotionally fluid, they likely move through emotional or energetic situations with subtlety, awareness, and poise. Yeah. Sensitive and perceptive, stingrays have sensors that detect even the faintest shifts around them. This person probably picks up on unspoken energy, moods, or danger before anyone else. 100%.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. Peaceful until provoked. Yeah. They're not aggressive, but they hold firm boundaries and they will protect themselves if crossed. Yeah. Grounded and connected, gliding along the seafloor, they stay low and connected, symbolizing humility, presence, and a strong connection to the earth or body. Yeah.
It's pretty solid.
If you pick this, you are masterful in stillness and powerful in ways most people overlook. Yeah. I can
I
go
don't know
fade
about
into
the stillness, but I
Yeah,
agree with the being powerful in ways that people overlook, including yourself.
I
But
would
yeah,
agree with that. Yeah. Stillness though, yeah, I don't know about that one. Can read the room without words and feel the truth beneath appearances. 100%. Are protectors of peace until provoked and then become formidable. Yeah. Likely value inner harmony over chaos and choose connection over control. Yeah. What about did you say that there was an animal that you would pick for yourself?
an animal I would pick for myself. Um, I think people would pick a bear or a penguin for me, but an animal I would pick for myself.
I'll see this. I don't know what you would say.
Um, an animal I would pick for myself. I really don't know. Um, maybe I would choose bear after all. Um, I feel like bear is probably how I describe myself most often. And it kind of there are a lot of traits there that I feel um like when like the I was about to say anthropomorphized, but I don't think that's the word here.
Animorph?
Um, when you when you kind of look at bears, like a grizzly bear, they're really uh cool but dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Like really like can be really aggressive. Bears are vicious, and I do feel like there are moments and times where like that I feel that right,
Mm-hmm.
and but they're also like the whole hibernation, patient,
Mm-hmm.
et cetera. Like that type of stuff also speaks to me. So maybe a bear. Um, if I was like, this is not me, but I would want it to be me, I could go stereotypical wolf because I mean, who doesn't want
Uh,
to be a wolf, right? I would love to be the the caricature of a lone wolf, but uh, really like a fox. I think that'll be what I
See?
go with. I'd
That
go with
was
a fox.
okay. That was my
I'd go with a
other.
fox,
Um, what
like
about
a.
a fox? Here we go. Also, do you remember going back to the Animorphs for a second? That was a book series back in the day where
I
people
do
would morph into
remember.
different animals. I don't remember if there were science experiments or if it was just random. Like, oh no, like there was a different kid every book, and so you just never
I think
knew
they.
whether.
I think
Yeah,
they all have powers. I think. I
right.
think that's what it was. I don't remember like the. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I actually ever read an Animorphs book.
I read one, and it was the worst one you could have picked. There's this guy. All I remember was that he would transform into a fly, and I'm like, of all things, you.
I remember wanting them as a kid, and I only remember because I don't even know if it still exists today in the same form, but they used to hold these book fairs
Yes,
at school, scholastic book fairs.
that's still going
And
on apparently.
oh, okay, shout out to Scholastic. Um,
Yeah,
oh,
that was the best day of the.
oh, there was a bunch of air blowing. But yeah, scholastic book fairs, and then I remember Animorph specifically because the covers would always show like the kids
Mhm,
changing into their animals, and I always thought that was cool. So I always
mhm.
wanted those books. But yeah,
They always looked cool, and then I just picked the worst one to read. Why the guy who turned into a fly? Like, there's one where he turns into a dinosaur. There's ones where like there was a bear one. I'm trying to think of a lizard, maybe. I
that was
don't.
back in the day with Captain Underpants and
Yes, yes.
Judy Bloom and all of
Captain
that.
Underpants is still going strong though. My nephew reads that
That's kind of
series.
wild.
I know. Well, and there's a series that's like super similar, but it's about a dog who
Mm.
wears underwear. A dog and a cat, maybe. So, all right. A fox reflects cleverness, agility, charm, and deep intuition masked by playfulness. Yeah, I can see that. Fox
This is
spirit.
what I wish. I don't know that this actually
Uh,
defines me. This is what I wish I
it
was
sounds
defined
pretty
as.
accurate so far. The fox spirit represents a person who can walk in both shadow and light, observant, adaptable, and always a few steps ahead, even when they're silent about it. Yeah. Intelligent and strategic. Fox energy is cunning, sharp witted, and fast thinking. This person likely sees through situations quickly and knows how to move without drawing too much attention. Charming and magnetic. Yeah, yeah. There's often a natural charisma to someone with fox energy. People are drawn to their spark, their mystery, and their unpredictability. I mean, the amount of times where you and I have hung out and you're like, let's go do this thing. Like, I remember it was Italy where you pulled out a deck of cards and you're like, let's go put them up places because it was cards that other people would take and do the action on the card.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. That was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You left a couple in, I think we're in like a pizza restaurant, and then there was some other place that you left
yeah.
it to. Independent and relational foxes form bonds but also travel solo. This person may enjoy connection but deeply values their independence. Yeah. Resourceful and quick to adapt. They know how to thrive in changing environments, often using creativity or humor as tools of survival.
Mind you, it's gallows humor, but
And then if they pick it, it says they are mentally sharp and emotionally layered, a natural strategist of both heart and mind. Yeah. Someone who values freedom and authenticity over tradition or rigidity.
heck yes.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Uh,
tradition is a weird
traditional?
word for me.
A person with magic in their movement, someone who shifts with life instead of clinging to one identity or path. Like a quiet rebel, playful on the surface but wise and powerful beneath it. Yeah, I would definitely say so.
I don't know that I would, but I appreciate the compliment because it's what I would want to be.
All right. Now, moment of truth. Let's see what my I've never looked this up actually. So, let's see what the jaguar communicates. See what was I communicating to this person? If someone chooses the jaguar as their spirit animal, it reveals a soul of quiet power, fierce intuition, emotional depth, and spiritual authority. Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate. Jaguar is a symbol of mystery, night vision, and walking between worlds, often chosen by those who are both wildly strong and deeply sensitive. With an inner world, others rarely get to fully see. I feel awkwardly called out right now. Powerful and precise, jaguars are known for their ability to take swift, decisive action. This person likely doesn't waste energy. When they move, it matters. Yeah. Silent strength. Jaguars are apex predators who hunt in silence. This reflects someone with invisible dominance. They don't need to prove anything because their energy speaks for itself. I would say I'm far better at embodying that energy than I was in the past, but I do think there has been always something confident about me that I haven't had to explain to people. Intuitive and emotionally intelligent. With their connection to night and water, jaguar people are attuned to subtle shifts, feelings, and energetic truths others might miss. Independent and self-contained. This person likely doesn't need a crowd to feel strong. Solitude might be a source of their power. And then if they pick this, it means they are a sacred force of nature, calm until it's time to strike. Someone with depth, mystery, and ancient emotional power. A soul who doesn't follow, they lead with presence, even in silence. A person who doesn't fear the dark, they know it's where truth and transformation live. I think that's accurate. Especially, so my team, I had someone on my team tell me one time, they're like, how do you do it? How do you just sit in silence on these calls with no one speaking? So, I'll ask a question and then I literally just sit there and I wait for someone to say something. And I'm so comfortable in silence. I told the person, I was like, well, you just have to take it as a mental break. I am so comfortable. Like, I'm not attaching to the awkwardness. I'm just present. I'm there. And then I'm just waiting for people to speak. He's like, oh my gosh, but it's so stressful. It's awkward. And I'm like, yeah, but they're going to break before I do. Like, I can go a whole meeting without talking, if I really want to. Oh, but
That's pretty
also,
well.
gives people a chance to think and their own space to be heard. So,
Yeah.
wow. I think that was fun. We
That
went
was
down
pretty
memory
cool.
lane in a,
Yeah,
huh?
we did kind of like run through the back catalogs, the history books, so to speak. Urbano is something, man. Frederick is something.
It's still something.
It's
I
always gonna be something.
I always tell people you can leave Frederick, but Frederick never leaves you. The amount of people I've met on traveling where they're like, I know where Frederick is. I live in Mount Airy or like one of the surrounding towns, and or they also say, I'm also from Frederick, or I used to live in Frederick. I used to work in Frederick, and you're like,
Yeah, kind of weird where you meet people. I mean, one of the kids that I taught while I was doing Parks and Recreation. I think I was like her basketball coach or something there. And oh no, it was soccer. I was doing soccer with her. Ran into her father in Texas.
oh,
Uh, yeah, super super wild. But in a grocery store, I think it might have been Target. I might have been working for Target at the time when I kind of ran into him, and it was just like out of nowhere, like Frederick, like
mm-hmm.
Coach John. I was like, what?
No one has used that name.
Yeah, it's
Generation.
so long. Yeah, kind of
Well,
crazy when you think about it.
that happened when I came out the very first time to visit you in California. I don't remember where we were, but I think we were at the beach. And we
Mm,
were just talking, striking casual conversation with somebody. And he goes, oh, where are you from? And we're like, oh, like the East Coast. It was FCC. You ran into a teacher. You ran into an FCC teacher, I think, in California. But then around the same time, there was another person who was like, oh, yeah, I'm from Maryland too. I don't remember,
dang, I don't
Middletown.
remember, but like it does happen more often than you would think. especially when you like go to the complete other side of the country.
Mm-hmm.
You would think as far as you are, you would never run into anything from those kind of remote places or your history in a sense. Kind of weird, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, guys, I think this is a good place to call it. We've run through so many animals. We could.
We've definitely run through quite a few animals here. So I mean, there's the easy question. I'm not gonna ask it. I'm sure everybody knows what the easy question is, but you go for it, church girl.
I'm
Church
not gonna
girl.
ask.
Oh my goodness, Rebecca. I'm so sorry. That's so crazy. For anybody who doesn't know, that stems from like way back
When we first met, actually.
when we first met. We actually met through a youth group at a local church that we both attended for quite a while. Um,
But that's not actually, I think, why you started calling me that. I think because I always had like such an innocent energy, right? And not just you,
yeah,
people told me that,
very
a
much
lot of
so.
people. Yeah.
And I had you saved in my phone as church girl for the longest time. So like I would have friends like who would see my phone and be like, church girl. And I'd be like, yeah. And then I'd have to explain the name. Um,
Actually, one of the reasons I remember was because I never cussed. And so
oh,
you're
that's
and
right.
and you're like, "You're so
Oh,
innocent.
wow.
You're so,
And
what
now
was
that I think
it?
about it, you still don't really curse.
Uh,
I
not
curse
as yeah.
all the goddamn time. Listen, I'm not a sailor. I have sailors in my family. Man, there are definitely people in my family who curse a lot. I don't do it as much as them, but I do curse when I exclaim, when I make like
Mhm.
large points, or when I get excited, I curse. Yeah,
Yeah. And that's how the nickname was born,
yeah.
and I never took offense to it. I thought it was funny, and I was like, "Yeah." And actually, it's weird that you haven't called me that really on the podcast. So when you said it that one
No,
time, I was like, "Whoa,
I make a
actually."
concerted effort not to. I actually still call Rebecca church girl
Yeah.
to this day. And so when I'm having like conversations with her over the phone, I might refer to her as that. Um, so it's still like definitely one of those names that's used in rotation.
Mhm.
But I try to make a concerted effort not to say it on here. Go figure, it slipped out there.
I'm just
Again,
so
I'm
used to it.
tired,
Yeah.
so my filter, because I'm not running at 100%. My filter is not as active as it normally would be, and that's how that slipped. But yeah, yeah,
I love it though. And I'm so used to it. I just like I don't even realize it. So when we're out with like a new crowd, they're always like, "What?" And I'm like, "Why are they weirdly staring at John? I don't
yeah.
understand." And then but like John picks up on it. And then I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's my name." Um, okay, my question is going to be, if you had a spirit animal, what animal would you choose for their abilities? So not you getting or not you embodying those elements, but you have a physical animal that you can use their characteristics and traits um that are assigned to them. What animal would you choose? Because I bet you that'd probably be a little different than what animal you think you associate with. That's my
Hmm.
question.
Um, I guess I'm gonna go the animal route as well because we've talked so much about animals. It's only right to ask you, the audience, a question about animals. So my question is going to be, who is your favorite anthropomorphized animal? I got to
Ooh.
use it. Yay. Um, Amongst anime, amongst video games, amongst
Mm,
comics, cartoons. Like, this is probably basic and nobody would really guess it for me. There are definitely a lot of different animals that I really like in terms of characters. Not a furry, but different animals that I like. Um, but the classic for me is Hobbes from Calvin and Hobbes. Definitely
Mm.
one of my favorites. That little tiger, amazing. Yeah, it's pretty solid. I actually every new year I still use Calvin and Hobbes comic. I change it as my profile picture for a little while
Oh,
at the
that's
beginning of the year.
awesome.
Yeah,
I remember that you used to do that way back in the day. I didn't realize you still did that. That's pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I don't know if I actually have one. An animal?
I'm sure you have to. There's so many.
I
You got
know.
Winnie the Pooh. You got Finding Nemo.
Definitely not
You
Winnie the
got
Pooh.
you got how many Disney movies are there with animals in them? Um
Oh, okay. I do really like the lizard from Tangled.
okay, there you
That
go.
one, yeah.
Yeah. I forget its
I
name.
Pascal or maybe?
Pascal. Pascal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one I was like, "This is it." The oh man, the expressions, the character, yeah. That one's a good one.
Tangled was a really good movie.
It was
And
so good.
one of my
Very
favorites
underrated.
actually. One of my favorites.
Actually, you know which one I think is a very underrated movie that I don't know how many people have necessarily
This this is potentially a fight. So go ahead. I'm
No, no,
giving you the warning.
you're gonna like this one.
Okay, okay.
Atlantis.
Yeah, Atlantis is really good. That
Yeah.
is really,
Um,
really solid.
was it Treasure Planet?
I've always
Is
been a fan of those two.
Sinbad was also I
Uh,
think Sinbad
I
and Treasure
never,
Planet were pretty
I never actually
similar.
watched Sinbad.
Hmm.
I've watched clips from it, and from my understanding, it was made by a different company. But Treasure Planet and Atlantis, man, those are like
Mhm.
quintessential good movies that are
Mhm.
amazing, and I pray they
Mhm.
never do a live action for them. We don't
No,
need
they
those touched.
Atlantis is. That's
That's
should be
really unfortunate.
2026. I
That's
hope. I mean, it looks like the cast and from the trailer, it looks like they're hopefully gonna do a decent job with it. But
we'll see, because
yeah.
I don't know. I was kind of excited for Lilo and Stitch, and then I watched some of
I
it. I haven't watched the
heard
entire thing, and
heard that it was
I
bad.
thought they were gonna do a good job with Lilo and Stitch, but I hear that it wasn't quite what we were hoping it was
Mhm.
gonna shape up to be. I think
Mhm.
the only live action that I really saw and enjoyed was Beauty and the Beast. But that might be because I had a really big thing for Emma. I mean, who didn't? But Emma Watson for a while.
Yeah.
But still, I actually Beauty and the Beast is one of those Disney princess movies that I actually do like. Um,
Hmm.
I'm not a fan of Little Mermaid. I really couldn't care much, but it had really good music. There was
Yeah,
really good music
I
that
like
came out
the
of it.
creativity behind it, but I could leave it as well. I really liked Pocahontas though. I think that just really spoke to my
I
spirit
never got
there.
down. I never got down with the Colors of the Wind. I just
Oh.
Pocahontas was always one of those. It kind of felt like the equivalent to me of like Saturday morning cartoons after the good cartoons came on. I
Mm.
don't know if that makes any sense, but like I get why people like Pocahontas. I do. It never kind of excited me in any kind of way.
See, I
Um,
loved it. I also liked Aladdin, but I'm trying to think.
Aladdin used to be one of the favorites. Aladdin and Lion King were tied forever.
See, a lot of the Disney movies I didn't watch till middle school or high school. So The Lion King, the
Mm,
first time I saw that was like 8th grade, and by that time I was like, "Oh, I can understand this if I was a kid." Absolutely, that would have been one of my favorites, but when you
yeah.
watch it so late in life and you're like, "That's cool." Hercules was really good. I really liked Hercules.
Hercules is really good actually. I really enjoy Hercules. I think that's a good
Mhm.
one.
And then Cinderella, that was one of the few Disney movies I was able to see
I'm good.
when I was growing up, so I did actually like Cinderella. I watched that a lot, but
I think it was on too much for me to enjoy, but also there was no part of it that really spoke to me. So like I didn't really care for like the classic Disney princesses. I really didn't really care for. Snow White,
no.
Cinderella,
Sleeping Beauty,
um
no.
I just I was, I guess because I was always around strong personalities.
Yeah.
For me, the Disney princesses that embodied strong personalities
Yeah.
were the ones that did it for me. So like
Yep.
Belle being all about books and
Mhm.
being super focused on that, like it's super identifiable there why she's such an individual, right? Or like Jasmine being
Mhm.
super fiery,
And had a
or
tiger.
yeah, or like Rapunzel, right? Like
Mm.
Rapunzel has a super individual kind of soul, and she like
Mhm.
isn't one to just uh um take things on the chin, so to speak.
Mhm.
Um
What about Peter Pan?
I don't know. So Peter Pan is kind of one of those weird ones in my memory.
Mm.
It's weird because I like the concept.
Mhm.
I don't know that I care for the original movie, but I thought Hook was amazing.
Mm.
And
Mhm.
so Peter Pan is kind of it's one of those weird spots. I love the concept. Like I think the concept is pretty cool until you like really examine it. Like when you really stop to examine it, then it gets a little weird. But when you're like just doing like the surface level kind of
Mhm.
analysis, it's fun. Um
I actually thought the second movie was better than the
uh
first for Peter Pan.
the second movie is the daughter, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
Wendy and
I slightly remember that. Um, yeah, I don't know. It just I'll tell you what other movies though were really good. They weren't
ooh,
this
Mulan.
Mulan for sure.
Mulan was good.
There's another one though where it's like her presence there was not like it was very identified. Like
Tiana?
she
Or what is that? Princess
Tiani,
Frog? Tiani? Yeah.
yeah, Tiani was cool. I thought Princess and the Frog was all right. It's
Mhm.
not my favorite, but I do really like it for like some culturally specific stuff.
Mhm.
But like it's New Orleans. I freaking love New Orleans,
Yeah.
right? So I mean there's a lot that I like about the movie, but it's not my favorite by far. Like I would put Tangled. I would watch Tangled
Oh,
before that for
so
me.
good.
Tangled is probably like really up there. I thought all of the Frozens were really silly until actually recently. The first Frozen
Hmm.
I still kind of feel like is a caricature of like all the Disney movies that came before it.
Mhm.
But I think the second one was actually pretty good. It was
Hmm.
actually a pretty solid story. Um
I like the first one. The second one's okay. Tarzan. What about Tarzan?
Man, Phil Collins, great soundtrack. Man, Tarzan will always hold a special place for me. Um, yeah, I'm like listening to the music right now. Like
Really?
you
That's
said
so wild.
Tarzan, and it just popped into my head. Like Phil Collins absolutely destroys the soundtracks he's on. Brother Bear, oh my god, the
Oh.
music there is so
Mm,
moving.
mhm. It really is.
Yeah,
I cried during that movie.
yeah. There's something to be said about that. But I like some of the older stuff too. That like Oliver and Company. Oliver and Company was awesome. I
I
really enjoyed that.
don't think I watched that one.
It's a really good movie. Aristocats.
Aristocats?
Aristocats was everybody wants to be a cat. That was really good.
I just thought that
Um,
movie, like, it was okay. Like, it was good creatively, but
mm,
I wouldn't say it's my favorite. Um, I'm trying to think what else. Oh, 101 Dalmatians.
occupies a weird space in my mind, very much like Peter Pan. I think I like the idea because of like the villains feel really mean, like Cruella Deville.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
I really like the name Cruel a Devil. I
Mhm.
really like that name, Cruella Deville. Um, yeah,
I did like, that is actually one where I liked the live
I did like the live for
way or
101.
preface that because it's probably more than one, but, like, the old lives of,
Yeah,
like, 101, 102 Dalmatians, those are really good.
yeah, I did enjoy those. I thought those were really good. Yeah, Moana was really good.
Oh, my
Definitely
absolute favorite.
that. Funny enough, it's not actually. It doesn't hit the list for me,
Oh
but
my
I can
gosh.
acknowledge that it's a good movie.
I
Um,
was just so enthralled with that movie, and then the second one was, to me, just as good, but what about
um,
Lady and the Tramp? Eh,
no, I
that
wasn't
kind of
a
that kind of falls in the same category for me as 101 Dalmatians.
like again. It's so hard to like come up with a personality trait for Duchess, right? Like if you think of
Mhm,
Duchess the dog, like can you think of what their personality was other than soft? Right? Like I can't either. I don't like characters like that,
mhm,
unfortunately. Like
mhm,
I want the characters that are like the protagonists to really stick out and stand out.
mhm,
Um yeah, yeah. Um I don't know, Cookie. It's cuz I was thinking of Coco. Disney has hits.
mhm,
Disney definitely has like some like really good stuff that I'm never going to forget. Probably shaped more than I would like to admit in terms of like my morality structure probably.
mhm, mhm.
Um but yeah. Yeah. Now I feel like there needs to be a Disney question that
I
would
know, I know.
before we go on though,
Wait, have you not said your question yet? Oh my god.
wait, no, I asked my question.
Oh,
It
that's right,
was
the anamorphic,
anthropomorphized
oh my
animals.
god. I'm gonna have to get you to give me the spelling for that.
A
No, 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 like,
anthropomorphized.
you're later.
Oh, yeah, I think it's just like it's um like animals with human characteristics, right? I think
Mhm.
that's what the word means. I might be using a word I don't understand. Who knows? Um, but as always, y'all really appreciate you. Thanks for hanging in there with me.
Yep.
Um,
Question
I
those constructs head
question
first,
those
face down,
constructs
right in
head
that
first,
Disney and in those
face
animal
down.
feels.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks
Yeah.
for watching. Thanks for commenting. Do all the things and question your constructs.
Question everything, especially
Question
your constructs.
everything. All right, y'all.
Face down. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See ya.